The vast silence of space shatters as 10,000 ships of the Galactic Federation's conquest fleet emerge from hyperspace. Admiral Zex'tar stands on his command deck, gazing at the blue planet below through reinforced viewports. Earth, a primitive Class 3 civilization with basic space capabilities. His scanners show minimal orbital defenses and no detection of their arrival. This would be his easiest conquest yet. With 1 million battle-hardened warriors and the most advanced weapons gathered from 12 galaxies, he expects total surrender within hours. But as he opens his mouth to order the first assault wave, alarms blare across the command deck. His most sophisticated scanning systems spiral into chaos, readings fluctuating wildly beyond comprehension. The impossible data streams in. The entire planet isn't just defending itself, it IS the defense system. Before the Admiral can process this revelation, ships start vanishing from his fleet. No weapons fire, no energy signatures. They simply cease to exist. In that moment, Admiral Zex'tar realizes his fatal mistake. Earth isn't just humanity's home. It's their fortress, their shield, and their sword. And the Galactic Federation just started a war they never saw coming. The Galactic Federation stands as the undisputed power across 12 galaxies, their conquest fleet a force of unstoppable might. For 10,000 years, they've expanded their territory through a precise, methodical system of planetary assessment and acquisition. Their success rate, 100%. Until Earth, Admiral Zex'tar earned his position through countless successful conquests, his reputation built on swift, decisive victories against civilizations far more advanced than Earth. His methods are legendary. Arrive undetected, overwhelm orbital defenses, and secure planetary surrender before the target even understands what's happening. The Federation's initial scans of Earth seemed routine, a young civilization, barely stepping into space. Their primitive satellites and space stations pose no threat to Federation technology. Their military capabilities, while surprisingly widespread for their development level, relied on basic projectile weapons and crude nuclear devices. Nothing the Federation hadn't handled countless times before. But the Federation's database held one curious note about Earth, buried deep in preliminary reports. Several scout ships had gone missing in the Sol system over the past century. The incidents were dismissed as equipment failure or pilot error. After all, how could a Class 3 civilization pose any threat to Federation vessels? As Admiral Zex'tar prepared his invasion fleet, he dismissed these reports entirely. His focus remained on the glory awaiting him, another swift victory to add to his flawless record. If only he'd paid attention to those missing ships. If only he'd wondered why no Federation vessel had ever successfully landed on Earth. If only he'd asked himself, what kind of planet shapes its entire ecosystem into a weapon? The Federation's standard planetary assessment starts with long-range scans from the edge of a solar system. 3 massive science vessels hang silently in space, their sensors probing Earth from afar. Inside the lead ship, Chief Science Officer Vex'tar monitors streams of incoming data, her 6 eyes blinking in confusion at the readings. Earth's biosphere patterns break every rule in the Federation's extensive database. Most planets show clear evolutionary chains, predictable patterns of predator-prey relationships, and balanced ecosystem dynamics. Earth's data resembles a tangled web of chaos, with species displaying impossible combinations of defensive and offensive capabilities. These readings must be wrong, Vex'tar mutters, running the scans again. No planet could sustain this level of biological weaponry naturally. The second scan yields even more disturbing results. The planet's defensive capabilities aren't constructed or artificial. They're alive, evolving, adapting. Every single species, from the largest mammals to microscopic organisms, appears engineered for survival at any cost. The survey ships edge closer, moving past Mars for medium-range scans. More alarms trigger. The planet's oceans teem with creatures that shouldn't exist. Fish that generate electrical fields strong enough to disable Federation sensors. Microscopic organisms that can survive in the vacuum of space. colonies of tiny creatures that can restructure matter at the molecular level. Vex'tar's report to Admiral Zex'tar grows more urgent with each passing hour. Sir, this planet's biodiversity isn't random. It's coordinated, like a planetary immune system. Even their plants have developed offensive capabilities. The Admiral dismisses her concerns. You're seeing patterns where none exist, Chief Science Officer. Prepare for close-range scanning. As the survey ships enter Earth orbit, their sensors detect something unprecedented. The planet's magnetic field isn't just protecting from solar radiation, it's actively scanning them back. Somehow, Earth's very core seems to react to their presence. The first landing probe launches toward the surface, aiming for a seemingly empty stretch of Australian desert. Federation protocols require surface samples before full invasion. The probe never reaches the ground. A swarm of native flying creatures, birds, according to Earth databases, attack at mid-descent. Their primitive beaks and claws shouldn't damage Federation technology, but somehow they tear through the probe's hull like it's made of paper. Impossible, Vex'tar exclaims, watching the probe's destruction. Their biology is adapting to our technology in real time. More probes launch, targeting different continents. Each meets a unique and horrifying fate. One dissolves in the Amazon rainforest, consumed by microscopic organisms that evolved to break down any foreign matter. Another disappears in the ocean, dragged into the depths by creatures that defy classification. A third stops transmitting in the African savanna, its last images showing what appears to be a coordinated attack by multiple species working together. Admiral, Vex'tar's voice trembles as she compiles the data. I don't believe this planet evolved naturally. Everything here has been shaped by constant, extreme survival pressure. It's as if something has been testing and improving Earth's defenses for millions of years. The final surface probe attempts a polar landing, hoping the extreme conditions will mean fewer biological defenders. Instead, it encounters organisms that thrive in the cold, that can survive being frozen solid, that use ice itself as a weapon. The probe's last transmission shows microscopic life forms already beginning to colonize its surface, adapting to feed on its supposedly indestructible components. Vex'tar's final report paints a chilling picture. Earth isn't just a planet with life on it. It's a living weapon system that has been perfecting itself since life first emerged. Every species, every ecosystem, every biological process has been shaped into a defensive tool. Even more terrifying, this system appears to be accelerating its evolution in response to their presence. The dominant species, these humans, they haven't conquered their planet's hostile environment, she concludes. They're part of it. They've adapted to live among the deadliest organisms we've ever encountered. And in doing so, they become something unprecedented in the galaxy. A species that treats constant mortal danger as normal. Admiral Zex'tar files her report away without reading it. His invasion fleet assembles in high orbit, preparing for what he still believes will be an easy conquest. He doesn't understand that the initial survey hasn't just studied Earth. It has alerted Earth's defenses to their presence. And for the first time in millions of years, the planet's entire biosphere begins to coordinate its response to an external threat. The invasion begins at dawn, Earth time. 10,000 ships descend through the atmosphere in perfect formation, their energy shields at maximum power, a display of force meant to trigger immediate surrender. Admiral Zex'tar broadcasts the standard conquest declaration in all Earth languages, giving them 1 hour to submit to Federation rule. The response comes not from Earth's governments, but from Earth itself. Within minutes, the invasion fleet encounters its first devastating surprise. The planet's atmosphere, which their sensors classified as standard nitrogen-oxygen mix, begins behaving in impossible ways. Microscopic organisms riding high-altitude wind currents swarm their ships, consuming metal and energy shielding alike. These creatures evolve within seconds, passing survival traits between generations at speeds that defy biological laws. Admiral, the fleet's chief engineer reports, panic evident in his voice. These microbes are breaking down our hull material faster than our repair systems can regenerate it. They're learning from each ship they destroy. Zex'tar orders the fleet higher, abandoning the atmospheric insertion. But Earth's defenses follow. Birds that shouldn't be able to survive at such altitudes pursue the retreating ships, their bodies somehow adapting to the thin air. More disturbing still, these creatures display clear coordination, forming attack patterns that mirror Federation tactical formations. The Admiral refuses to accept defeat. He launches the ground invasion force, sending millions of combat pods toward Earth's surface. Each pod contains a veteran warrior in battle armor that can withstand planetary core temperatures. Surely Earth's primitive defenses can't stop them all. The pods scatter across the globe, targeting major population centers. Those that land in oceans meet instant destruction. Earth's marine life forms don't just attack, they hunt. Giant predators that evolved to detect the faintest electromagnetic signatures lock onto the pod's power sources. Swarms of smaller creatures overwhelm their defenses through sheer numbers. Even the water itself seems to conspire against them, with currents moving in unnatural patterns to trap and isolate Federation forces. Pods targeting land masses fare no better. In the Amazon, the entire rainforest appears to wake up and coordinate its defense. Plants accelerate their growth, creating impenetrable barriers. Insects that shouldn't possess collective intelligence form massive swarms, attacking with military precision. Even the soil turns against them, with microscopic life forms breaking down anything that touches the ground. In Australia, the Federation troops encounter what their tactical AI describes as evolution's weapon testing ground. Every creature, from the smallest spider to the largest mammal, seems specifically designed to counter their technology. Venoms that shouldn't work on their alien biology somehow adapt mid-battle. Animals display impossible combinations of defensive and offensive capabilities, working together in ways that suggest planetary-scale coordination. The Antarctic deployment disappears entirely, their last transmissions babbling about ice that moves with purpose and microscopic life forms that can survive any environment. The African contingent reports beings that can outthink their combat computers, predators that adapt to their weapons within minutes of first contact. Admiral Zex'tar watches in horror as his invasion force, the most powerful ever assembled in Federation history, crumbles before what he finally recognizes as a planetary defense system millions of years in the making. Every single species on Earth has been shaped by constant survival pressure into a weapon, and now they're all working together against his forces. But the true fatal mistake becomes clear when they observe the humans' response to the invasion. Instead of panicking at the alien attack, Earth's dominant species displays an almost casual competence in crisis. They've evolved alongside the planet's deadliest creatures, learned to survive in every environment, adapted to treat constant mortal danger as normal. Sir, his tactical officer reports, the humans are helping their wildlife attack us. They're providing targeting data, predicting our movements, even herding the most dangerous creatures toward our forces. They're not just surviving their deadly planet. They're weaponizing it. The final blow to Federation pride comes when they realize Earth's creatures aren't just defending their territories. They're learning, adapting, becoming more dangerous with each engagement. The planet's entire biosphere is upgrading itself in response to the invasion, using each defeated Federation soldier as a template to improve its defensive capabilities. Admiral Zex'tar's mighty invasion fleet faces a choice: retreat immediately or be consumed by a living planet that evolves new ways to kill them with each passing moment. His forces have already lost 30% of their ships, and the rate of loss increases exponentially as Earth's defenses grow stronger. The Federation's fatal mistake wasn't just underestimating Earth's defenses. It was failing to understand that Earth itself is one massive organism, with every species, every ecosystem playing its part in a defense system that had been perfecting itself since life first emerged. And at the center of it all, humans. The species that learned to thrive in this deadly environment, that turned their planet's hostile nature into their greatest strength. As Zex'tar gives the retreat order, he realizes the Federation hasn't just failed to conquer Earth. They've alerted it to the existence of alien threats, and in doing so, they've triggered a planetary-scale adaptation that will make Earth even more formidable. The next invasion fleet will face defenses specifically evolved to counter Federation technology. Send word to Central Command, he orders, watching his surviving ships flee Earth orbit. This planet isn't just unconquerable. It's alive, it learns, and we just taught it exactly what to defend against. As the Federation surviving ships retreat to a safe observation distance, their sensors capture the full scope of what Earth has become. The planet's response to their invasion hasn't stopped. It's accelerating. Species across the globe continue adapting, incorporating what they've learned from the failed invasion into their genetic code. Federation scientists observe in stunned fascination as Earth's defensive evolution unfolds. In the oceans, marine creatures develop new capabilities inspired by Federation technology. Dolphins alter their echolocation to match Federation scanning frequencies. Schools of fish begin moving in formations that generate electromagnetic interference fields. Even coral reefs start growing in patterns that scramble Federation targeting systems. On land, the transformation proves even more dramatic. Plants previously classified as harmless develop defenses against Federation energy weapons. Animals adjust their hunting patterns to counter Federation tactical algorithms. Most alarming, the smallest organisms, bacteria and viruses, show signs of evolving to bypass Federation biodefenses. The truth becomes impossible to ignore. Earth isn't just a planet that developed life. It's a planet that developed life specifically as a defense mechanism. Every extinction event in Earth's history wasn't a disaster. It was a planetary immune response, clearing out old defenses to make way for improved versions. Admiral Zex'tar receives an urgent transmission from the Federation's Xenobiology Council. Their analysis of Earth's evolutionary patterns reveals something unprecedented. The planet's magnetic field doesn't just protect from solar radiation. It functions as a biological command and control system. Earth's core itself appears to guide the planet's evolution, using its magnetic field to coordinate species development across the globe. This explains everything, the lead xenobiologist reports. The bizarre distribution of deadly creatures, the impossible rate of adaptation, the coordinated responses to threats. Earth's core has been conducting a planet-wide experiment in defensive evolution for billions of years. But the most extraordinary revelation concerns humanity's role in this system. Humans aren't just another species that evolved on Earth. They're the planet's maintenance crew, troubleshooters, and upgrade specialists. Their intelligence didn't evolve despite Earth's hostile environment. It evolved because of it. Federation psychologists analyze human behavior patterns with growing alarm. Humans don't just survive among Earth's deadliest creatures. They study them, catalog them, and learn from them. Every human child grows up learning which plants can kill, which animals to avoid, which weather patterns spell danger. They treat this knowledge not as a burden, but as basic survival skills, passed down through generations. More disturbing still, humans display an almost enthusiastic approach to dangerous creatures. They keep lethal animals as pets, cultivate toxic plants in gardens, and venture into the deadliest environments for fun. Their entertainment includes deliberately seeking out and documenting Earth's most dangerous species. They're not victims of their hostile planet, the psychology report concludes. They're its maintenance technicians. Every human study of Earth's wildlife, every exploration of extreme environments, every interaction with deadly creatures feeds data back into the planet's defense system, helping it optimize and improve. The Federation's final analysis paints a picture that overturns everything they thought they knew about planetary development. Earth isn't a Class 3 civilization living on a dangerous planet. It's a planetary defense system that evolved humans specifically to help manage and upgrade its capabilities. Humanity's rapid technological development suddenly appears in a new light. They didn't develop technology to escape their hostile environment. They developed it to enhance it. Every human advancement in genetics, biology, and environmental science makes Earth's defenses stronger. Even their space program serves the planet's defensive needs, extending their awareness of potential threats beyond the atmosphere. Admiral Zex'tar's final report to Federation High Command contains an unprecedented recommendation. Reclassify Earth not as a planet, but as a living weapon of planetary scale. Its surface is an ever-evolving arsenal of biological weapons. Its oceans are self-maintaining defensive trenches. Its atmosphere is an active barrier that adapts to any threat. Its magnetic field is a command center coordinating it all, and humans are the system administrators, constantly monitoring, maintaining, and improving their planet's deadly capabilities. We didn't fail to conquer a primitive civilization, the Admiral writes. We accidentally attacked a planetary defense system that has been perfecting itself for 4 billion years. Every species on Earth is a weapon. Every ecosystem is a battlefield. Every human is a defense system technician. And we just showed them exactly what they need to defend against. The report ends with a final, chilling observation. Federation sensors detect increased activity in Earth's magnetic field, spreading new patterns across the planet. Earth isn't just reacting to their invasion, it's preparing for the next one. The entire planet has entered an accelerated evolutionary phase, using what it learned from Federation technology to upgrade its defenses. And at the center of it all, humans continue their work, studying, documenting, and learning from their planet's deadly creatures, unaware that they're part of the most sophisticated planetary defense system in the known galaxy. Or perhaps the Federation scientists nervously suggest they've known all along, instinctively understanding their role in Earth's grand design. As the Federation fleet makes its final jump to hyperspace, their sensors catch one last image of Earth. The planet's magnetic field pulses with new patterns, its ecosystems shimmer with accelerated evolution, and its human inhabitants continue their daily lives, calmly coexisting with the deadliest collection of species ever encountered in the galaxy. Earth isn't just humanity's home. It's their fortress, their shield, and their ever-evolving weapon. Admiral Zex'tar stands on his command deck, watching his remaining fleet fall apart. The retreat order came too late. Earth's defenses have evolved beyond anything their sensors can track. Now he faces a decision that will echo through Federation history: attempt one final, desperate assault, or accept the first total defeat in 10,000 years of conquest. Pride wins. The Admiral orders every surviving ship to concentrate their firepower on a single target. If they can't conquer Earth, they'll at least leave a scar to remember them by. 10,000 energy weapons charge, drawing power directly from their ship's cores. The combined blast could crack a small moon. The weapons fire. The energy beam strikes Earth's atmosphere and stops. Trillions of microscopic organisms, evolved from those that consumed their ships earlier, form a living barrier. The creatures don't just absorb the energy. They feed on it, multiply, grow stronger. The Federation's ultimate weapon becomes Earth's latest evolutionary catalyst. But Earth doesn't just defend. It retaliates. The planet's magnetic field pulses. Every creature on Earth's surface responds, moving with impossible coordination. Swarms of birds darken the skies, their bodies now generating electromagnetic fields that disrupt Federation systems. The oceans churn as marine life forms create massive energy vortexes, pulling ships from orbit. Even the plants join the assault, releasing clouds of spores that seek out and disable Federation technology. Zex'tar watches in horror as nature itself rises against them. Creatures that shouldn't be able to survive in space climb his ship's hulls, their biology adapting in real time to the vacuum. Earth's magnetic field extends far beyond its normal range, carrying the planet's defensive coordination into space itself. The humans, those supposedly primitive beings, direct this planetary assault with terrifying efficiency. Their military forces don't even fire their weapons. They don't need to. Instead, they provide targeting data to their wildlife, coordinate defensive patterns, and somehow communicate with their planet's core to guide its response. Federation ships start vanishing faster than their sensors can track. Some dissolve, consumed by evolved microorganisms. Others get dragged into the atmosphere, where swarms of creatures tear through their hulls. A few simply cease to exist, their molecular structure broken down by life forms that evolved specifically to counter Federation technology. The Admiral's flagship survives longest, protected by its most advanced shields. But even these fail as Earth's defenses adapt. The ship's sensors detect something impossible. The planet's entire magnetic field is changing frequency, tuning itself to bypass their remaining defenses. "Sir," his tactical officer reports, voice shaking, "the planet isn't just defending itself anymore. It's learning, evolving, becoming stronger with every ship we lose. Our weapons are making it more powerful." The flagship's hull breaches. Earth's evolved defenders pour in, birds that can fly in space, insects that eat through energy shields, microscopic life that transforms ship materials into organic matter. But they don't destroy the ship immediately. Instead, they study it, adapt to it, learn from it. Admiral Zex'tar realizes too late what's happening. His desperate final attack hasn't just failed. It's given Earth exactly what it needed to perfect its defenses. The planet's entire ecosystem is upgrading itself using Federation technology as a template. His fleet hasn't just been defeated. It's been absorbed into Earth's planetary defense system. As his flagship systems fail, the Admiral sends one final transmission to Federation High Command. Earth is not a target. Earth is not even a planet. Earth is a living weapon that has been perfecting itself since life began. And we just showed it exactly how to defeat us. The flagship dissolves, its advanced technology broken down and absorbed by Earth's evolved defenders. The few surviving Federation ships flee into hyperspace, carrying warnings that will reshape galactic civilization's understanding of planetary defense systems. Below, Earth's transformation continues. Its magnetic field pulses with new patterns learned from Federation technology. Its creatures incorporate alien capabilities into their genetic code. Its humans study the remains of Federation ships, adding new data to their planet's defensive database. Earth hasn't just survived. It's emerged stronger, more dangerous, better prepared for the next invasion. The Federation's greatest mistake wasn't attacking Earth. Their mistake was teaching Earth exactly what it needed to defend against. 3 months after the failed invasion, the Galactic Federation's High Council meets in emergency session. The destruction of their most powerful conquest fleet forces them to rewrite their understanding of planetary defense systems. Earth receives a new classification, unprecedented in Federation records. Living fortress, approach under no circumstances. Federation scientists still struggle to comprehend Earth's true nature. Their data shows the planet's defenses growing stronger each day. Species that encounter Federation technology continue to evolve, passing their adaptations to new generations. The planet's magnetic field extends further into space, creating an early warning system against future threats. Most concerning for the Federation, other planets show signs of similar development. The Council realizes Earth isn't unique. It's just the first of its kind they've encountered. Somewhere in the galaxy's ancient history, planets developed the ability to weaponize their entire ecosystems. Earth represents the most advanced version they've found. Humanity's role becomes clearer with each new analysis. They aren't just another species. They're the endpoint of 4 billion years of defensive evolution. Their intelligence, adaptability, and strange fascination with dangerous creatures all serve their planet's greater purpose. Every human advancement in science and technology strengthens Earth's defenses. The Federation establishes a permanent quarantine zone around the Sol system, not to contain Earth, but to protect themselves. Their final report acknowledges a humbling truth. They didn't just lose a battle. They encountered a planetary defense system so advanced it turns defeat into victory, using every attack to make itself stronger. Earth, meanwhile, continues its endless evolution. Its humans remain blissfully unaware of their true role, maintaining and improving their living fortress while treating its deadly nature as perfectly normal. The planet spins on, its magnetic field pulsing with new patterns, its creatures growing ever more formidable, preparing for the next invasion that will never come.